All right. All right. Let me see if I have share screen option. Can you do me a favor, Tiffany? Give me a thumbs up if you can see what I have up here right now.
Every single realtor. Yes.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to stop sharing right there. All right. Perfect. I'm glad that you helped me with that because I don't have my double screens out, so it's hard for me to tell. So I'm not that great with technology. I'm doing the very best that I can. So
you're doing an amazing job. Keep going.
So good morning. This is one of my favorite mornings of the week. I appreciate everyone that gets on these calls. I have some stuff that I want to share with you today. So I'm not going to go into any training sessions or anything like that, but I have some valuable information that's going to help you. Does everybody know how much time we have in 2021? No? Okay. We got like 7.5 weeks, right? Right? Because you got Christmas, you got New Year's, you got Thanksgiving. We probably only have about 6 weeks left. You know, how we finish strong is really going to make a difference. You know, when you watch a NASCAR race, is it over until it's not over until they cross that checkered flag line, right? It's not, the football game is not over. The Super Bowl is not over until the full game is over, right? Things can change really quickly at the stretch, right? Deborah's shaking her head, yes, right? See, the game isn't over. The year's not over until you say it's over, right? You can sit back and go, it's done. You can sit back and go, oh, there's no more business out there. It's the holidays. You can sit back and go, no, that isn't going to work. Or you can put it in high gear and move forward. You can come up with a strategic plan to move forward to finish the year strong. So the most important thing is to finish the year strong. But secondly, the second thing, part of that is, what are you doing to set yourself up for the first quarter of 2022? Not just the first quarter, but the entire 2022. Many of you have attended the business planning class, and congratulations on making an investment in your business for your future. Those of you who don't find the time to go to a business planning class will not have a plan for the 2022. I highly recommend find a business planning class somewhere and get in it. You know, I know I'm working on something down in the Fort Lauderdale, Boca area. I think Michelle and Joe are Vero working on a time spot for that. And I think it's going to be probably near the end of November. So we're working on some time spots for that. I'm going to do another one live here in Ormond Beach. I know it's a little far away. I'm not going to do them recorded Zoom. It's very hard to do for the person receiving it on the other end. It's just not the same, and they're not getting everything they really need. Those of you who may be out of state or something, I get it. And maybe I'll even do a Zoom before the end of the month just on business planning. So Tiffany, if you can send something out and ask if they really want that, and then we can arrange something either the end of the month or beginning of December for business planning. So I'm going to get started here, and I want to ask everyone a question. If you go on a listing appointment and another agent goes on a listing appointment, 3 other agents go on a listing appointment, what are they? Are they your competitors? Someone play along with me. They're your competitors, right? Deborah?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. So when you go on a listing appointment, whoever is going on that appointment before you or after you is one of your competitors. One of our biggest competitors, and I want you to think about Zillow, Redfin, Open Door. They are our competitors. If you embrace your competitor and learn what they do, it may help you become better, right? Just don't do what Zillow did, right? See, but Zillow didn't really care. It wasn't their money. Honestly, it was the investors' money. So they were trying to take market share, and what ended up happening happening is this. So every single realtor, after hearing Zillow lost money trying to do real estate, we were celebrating, we were laughing, we were like, wow, right? Who didn't feel that way? We all felt that way, right, Daryl? When we seen Zillow fail, we were like, huh, see, I told you guys not to believe in a Zestimate. I told you guys not to do this, and I told you guys not to do that. But here's the real thing, guys. They're just a competitor, okay? Their plan just didn't work out. But here's what was happening with Zillow. Agents were joining Zillow company, a real estate company. There's real estate brokerages out there labeled Zillow. You know, for me, all I did is I started calling them and saying, I know Zillow shut down, and would you like an opportunity to look at EXP's model? And we were able to get a few people. So if you know someone with Zillow in your area, reach out to them. They need to hang their license somewhere because those brokerages are being shut down. All they are is a competitor, guys. Where I'm going with this is you have to set your business plan and set you up for success. Because if you don't do it, you're looking at all your competitors. See, those who have big business plans don't care about their competitor. See, I don't care about my competitors. I don't care about them. Honestly, I want to see what they're doing to see if it's something I can implement to do better. But I'm not intimidated by any competitor out there in any aspect whatsoever. I don't get intimidated, and I don't listen to the noise, and I don't let it distract me. Fred, you've been in the business over 40 years. Have you seen multiple competitors come and go?
All the time, because people rest on their laurels, especially top producers. And if they rest on their laurels, they can be knocked on their rear. Amen.
100%. Thank you, Fred. And here's the thing, guys, it is a competitor. Set your business plan, set your goal, and you don't have to worry about your competitor at all. You have the best coaches and mentors that you can ever imagine right here in this organization. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is, I say this week in and week out, set a goal, get a plan, and take action. Set a goal, make a plan, and take action. And then I'm going to go into the 7 things top producers do. And I'm going to walk through that with you guys. And then I'm going to ask you to make a list of your core alliances. I want you to make a big list of your core alliances. So when I talk to Chase, he's a friend of mine, he owns an insurance company. We go out to breakfast or lunch very often, right? I say, every time I meet with him, I say, Chase, how many files do you think I've referred to you in the last year or so? He'll go, oh, I can't count that high, or I can't count. Oh, fantastic. Hey, who do you know looking to buy or sell or invest in real estate? You know, hopefully you don't mind me asking you that every time we have a conversation, because I want you to be top of mind when someone's asking about, oh, and he'll give me a name. Okay. I want you to think about your core alliances. We're going to get to that part, and I want to set you up for success for 2022 as well, in the remaining part of this year. Okay, so we're going to get into this right now, and I'm not going to bring up whatever his name is again. What's his name? The guy that was on that, what was it? Titanic. I don't know. Was he the one that does all those little memes? I don't know.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, that's it. The reason why I wanted someone else to say is I can't pronounce his last name right. All right. So I'm going to share my screen now with you guys, and we're going to go into this. All right. So the 7 things top producers do. Can you guys see? Oh, that's not the one I want. I'm going to X them out. Can you guys see that? Terry, thumbs up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can see it, Tom.
All right. Thank you. I don't like working.
Yes, Tom, we can see it.
I don't like working on one screen. It's just not good for me. Hold on 1 second.
One screen is your competitor, Tom. You got
One
this.
screen's my competitor. All right. So here's 7 things top producers do. Okay. They grow themselves. So when you're looking at growing yourself, you have to take into effect of this. You got to take into the fact that what am I doing personally for myself that's going to help me become better? Top producers focus daily on growing their knowledge of how to be the very best version of themselves. They constantly search for new ways to conduct business with a focus on working better and growing faster. They tend to be early adopters who identify innovative ideas and test them to see how they work. What are you doing to grow yourself? Are you going to the Board of Realtors to look at, to learn the new contract? I'm going to probably say that 95 or more % of the agents right now throughout the state of Florida don't even know that there's a new contract. And then the ones that do know there's a new contract are going to wing it and go, I didn't take the contract class. I'm going to assume this means this. And then it's going to cost them money or their customer money. So are you growing yourself? Are you staying up to date on everything that you need to? So they grow themselves and they grow. They're very early and they adapt to systems and tools very early. Okay, so they grow themselves. What are you doing for 2022 that's going to help you grow in 2022? Who do you have to become that success story that you choose to become? Okay, so they use a hot sheet. Top producers live by a hot sheet, and it should be an essential part of every agent's daily activity. Top producers notice the new listings coming on the market, and they also watch the homes that are going pending and the sales data of the homes that have closed. I look at this every single day. I'm really not working with buyers and sellers. My wife is. Why do I look at this every day? See, I look at it and go, who are the top people out there? Who's taking the listings? Who's getting their listings on the contract? What communities are selling faster than others? Those of you that say, oh my gosh, I'm the best realtor in town. I listed a property and under contract in 1 day. No, you're not that great. The market is helping you be that great right now. What you did great was you got the listing. You're not the best realtor in town to sell a property. You were the best realtor to get the listing. So congratulations on that. Okay. They use a hot sheet. They want to know what properties are coming on the market. You know, many times we see a listing come up, and let's say it's in a community of $350,000 homes, and then there's a listing that comes up for $500,000, and then your seller for the $350,000 listing calls you and says, I want to raise my price $100,000 because it's went on the market for $500,000. Are you understanding what the market is? Because some agents are just going to list it at any darn price, period, because they're going to listen to the consumer who knows more, at least they think knows more than them. So if you know the market and you know what's going on in each community, I know, and this is because I've been here so long and I've sold most of these homes in here. The community I live in has about, I don't know, 1,800 homes. I know every builder that's built in here. I know almost every single model, square footage and everything else. So when someone says, hey, tell me about that house over there, I go, oh man, it's a fantastic 4-bedroom, 3-bath. As soon as you walk in right to the right or the left, depending on how it's flipped, you're going to come into the formal dining room. And then it's all opened up into the living area and the kitchen. So when you're entertaining, you can see everything. Do I know the community and the homes? By the way, there's miles of trails and there's the community pool. And then on Fridays, they have the restaurant. You gotta know the communities, okay? So use your hot sheet, know what's coming on the market. And guys, if a home goes under contract in a specific community, how come you're not circle prospecting that community? Think about that. So a young man that I still mentor once a week, this is what he does. Every time a listing goes under contract in a community in the local area, he calls that community and says, hey, Red, This is Tom Martin with EXP. I just wanted to give you a quick call and let you know the home right down the road from you just went on the market and went on the contract quickly. Do you know anyone else in this community that's looking to sell their home, or would you be curious on what your home value is? See, that's circle prospecting. You get the list, you get the names, you get the phone numbers, and you call them if that's what you're going to do to grow your business, okay? He has sold 36 listings this year and only 5 buyers. Now, who would like to have 36 listings sold? Yeah, there's no magic to it. The magic was he did the work. He did circle prospected. So find either circle prospecting, for sale by owners, expireds, door knocking, calling your sphere of influence. Find a resource and then know the market. So if someone calls me and says, hey, Tom, I want to sell my home. Perfect. I know you got the 5-bedroom, 3-bath Bellagio. What upgrades have you done to it since you bought the home 16 years ago? Know your market, okay? You don't have to know the people, but you got to know the market. Okay, they create and modify systems. Time is often the most significant challenge you'll face in your work. And the top agents constantly seek ways to systemize their activity by creating a consistently modifying those processes. Top producers make better use of their time by looking for ways to do more work with less effort. So guys, what are you doing? Are you trying to figure out your KV Core campaigns yourself, or are you willing to pay Shannon Pye at $95 to do it all for you? I don't know, because it can take you hours and hours and days to figure it all out. I'm not doing it. I want to let someone else do it. So what kind of systems are you looking to use that's going to help with your database, with your calls? So those who are calling for sale by owners, expired, circle prospecting, if you get a system, it works so much easier. So, you know, it's like anything. If I try to use a butter knife all the time to, to take out screws out of the walls, it's not as effective as a screwdriver. Use the tools effectively to help you save time and earn more money. See, the most important thing you need to think about is, how can I get in front of more people? And that's important. All right, they send out CMAs. So top producers send out CMAs, market analysis. They send out market reports. You want to know what the beauty of our KV Core is? It'll send out an instant market report to people in your database if you choose to set it up that way. All you need is their home address. So I always put out there, homes in Venetian Bay, average sale price is $500 and something thousand. Want to know the value of your home? As soon as they put in their address, they go into my KV Core and they get sent out a market analysis right away. Not by me, by the system. And then I call them and follow up with them and just say, what did you think about that market analysis? It may not be 100% accurate because it's computer generated, but I'd love the opportunity to sit with you and really come up with a determined value for you, because I haven't seen it, right? They're constantly sending the consumer something of value. Are you sending out market reports to your community? Are you sending out market reports to your database? Are you sending out home valuations of your community? This is, everyone wants to know the value of their home. A good buddy of mine called me yesterday. He goes, hey, my friend Matt wants to sell his condo. I said, what, why does he want to sell it? He goes, well, I told him that it's probably worth around $400,000 or $500,000. He about fell off his chair and said, I only paid $125 for it. I'll sell it in a heartbeat. Do you got a realtor? Guess who he called? Call me. There'll be a listing for Kim. So everyone wants to know the value of their home. See, the first thing that people do is to figure out the value of their home is they go to Zillow, because Zillow does a better marketing campaign than we do. But see, your people love you. Your database care about you. The problem is you don't care about your database as much as they care about you, because you don't call them or follow up with them. You got to do it. All right. They add to their database. Do you know if I talk to 5 people in a day, 5 days a week about real estate, that is 1,250 people in 1 year. And if I have a poor conversion in asking them for business, are you looking to buy, sell, invest in real estate? 5%, I just earned 25 sales from having 5 conversations a day about real estate. We all love to talk. So if you found more time to talk to people to build your database versus how bad the other agent is that you're working with, or how bad the customer is to work with, or blah, 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 you would be doing 25 sales a year or 25 more sales a year by adding 5 people to your conversation every day. You know, if you're not doing 25 sales a year, might be a thing to start doing. 5 conversations a day about real estate equals 1,250 people a year equals 25 sales. Numbers work. Numbers work. So they add to their database. How, you know, there's 1992, I believe, is the magic number to earn $1 million a year in your database. If they know you, they know what you do for a living, and you stay in contact with them 36 times a year through email, through mail, through phone calls, drip campaigns. That's $1 million a year to have 1,992 people in your database. If you don't believe me, look it up in the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book and look at the model. It works. Don't just put 1,992 people in there and think you're going to earn $1 million. It doesn't work that way. You have to work the people in it. All right. Grow a database. If you're brand new to real estate, take your cell phone out and start putting them into a database. Call them. Hey, I'm building my database. And I want to add you in there. Do you mind if I send you valuable information about the real estate market? And what's your best email? What's your address? Blah, blah, blah. Build your database. Okay. If you have whatever you have in your cell phone for the number of contacts, if you divide that by 8%, that's the amount of sales that you can have a year. See, 8% of everyone in our cell phone is going to buy, sell, or invest in real estate in the next 12 months or be able to refer someone. Why are we not taking advantage of that? Why are we not putting them in a database? I think we're more afraid of calling people we know than people we don't know. I don't want to bother them. Yeah, okay. So when they list with someone else and you get upset about it, go look in the mirror and go, I did this. It's not their fault. It's my fault. All right. They use their to-do list. Doesn't mean you have to write everything down. You should have a to-do list, whether it's in your calendar or not. So your to-do list is formulated in a calendar purpose, or, all right, so what is my goals for the year? What's my priorities and what's my strategies? See, and then you formulate your to-do list. Top producers stay in charge of their day by ensuring that they engage in the right activity instead of doing things that won't grow their business. What is the number one thing you should be doing every single day to grow your real estate business or maintain it? Anyone? Red?
Lead gen.
Thanks, Red. You've heard me say it so many different times, right?
I'm here for you, brother.
That is your job. If you're not doing it, you're not showing up. Lead generate every single day. Every day. You know, we went on vacation to Lido Beach. We love going over there in Sarasota. And me, my wife, and my daughter were in the water, and I hear these two mother-daughter talking about, they're from New York, and they're talking about buying, you know, something on the river in Sarasota, and you know, they wonder what the prices are. Well, guess what happened? I said, did you just talk about real estate? Are you interested in buying here? Yeah, we are. I said, fantastic. I'm in the real estate business. I don't sell real estate here, but I have several great agents I'd love to introduce you to. Can I get your name and phone number and pass that on to them? Sure, love to. My ears are big anyway. So, but anyway, as soon as I hear the word real estate or buying or selling, boom, I'm I'm like, it's like two magnets sticking together. My family's over here and I'm running over here. So I'm engaging in the activities that's going to help me earn a living. Okay. I'm not rude about it. I am very kind about it. If you have an agent, I completely understand and I respect that. If you don't, or you not have the right one, I'd love to introduce you to someone, at least talk to them. It might be, it's your money, They create a to-do list before leaving the office each day or before they go to bed each night. I don't write my lists down. I actually put everything into my Google Calendar and my phone. Everything is in there. Everything is in there. Who I'm meeting with, the activities I'm doing the next day. So every night before I go to bed, I open my calendar up to see what I'm doing the next day, and I sleep very good. I sleep. You ask my wife or my kids, I don't care what's going on around the world, I'm going to sleep. I sleep very well. I make sure I get my rest. I don't have to worry about what's going to happen the next day at all, because I already know. To grow your business, adopt the practices that top producers use to maximize their time and make the most of their efforts. This list has 7 activities to make it easier for you to implement on a day over the next week into your business. So here's the thing I want to say. If I click this link here, it goes to Inman. I pull a lot of articles from Inman and read those. But lead generation is your #1 job description. Lead follow-up is your #2 job description. So you lead generate 9:30 to say 12 o'clock every day. You take a lunch from 12 to 1. From 1 to 3, you do lead follow-up. From 3 o'clock on, you go on appointments. So when you go on appointments, you go on enough appointments, you'll be writing what? Contracts. And if you write enough contracts, eventually those contracts turn into what? Closings. See how it works? See, you can't go to a closing without lead generating. You can't write a contract without lead follow-up. See, I read an interesting article this morning that Grant Cardone had up, and it makes sense. Most salespeople stop earning the sale at the second no. Most salespeople that are highly skilled and persistent win the sale at number 7 or 8. You have to speak to them 7 or 8 times. You're going to get a no every time. I remember this one incident. My son loved French fries when he was very little. I want French fries. I want French fries. I'm like, no, but we're not getting French fries. No, I want French fries. I want French fries. Well, guess what happened? He ended up getting French fries. I told him no. He said no. He asked more. He said no. It kept going back and forth. And finally, I'm like, all right, got darn French fries. I'm tired of hearing you talk about it. Guys, our kids are the best salespeople in the world, and we give in to them. Let's learn from them. So what? You get a no 2, 3 times. Until you get 7 to 8 no's, you haven't done your job. Okay. Now, I can put this into the chat box so you guys can download it. On each one, there's a little hyperlink you can click and go into it. Okay. So you guys are more than welcome to this. I'll put that in the chat box as soon as I get through this next one. All right. So this is another form. I just want you guys to, can you see this, Red, Terry? Did it change? All right. So it's my why is, if your why is big enough, then the how does not matter. Your why should make you cry. Ask yourself, why is that my why? Dig deeper. Okay. I've done this exercise a million times with everyone. I've done it myself. I do it myself all the time. This is just a questionnaire for you. And it's for you. It's not for anyone else. It's for you to be honest with yourself and really dig into it. I'm going to put it in there. When you identify what your why is and you dig deeper into why is my why so important. So in other words, you have to have a why so big that no one can stop you from achieving that why. Okay. And this is just a questionnaire to help you diagnose, what is my why? Some of you may not know. Some of you may say, oh, it's my kids, but is it your kids, or is it your kids' future? Is it being, your future to be a grandparent and have that lake house and have all the grandkids there and having, jet skis for them to ride on, kayaks and canoes and a swing into the lake? I mean, what is your big why? Name your why. And when your why is big enough, how it happens is, it doesn't matter. You will make it happen. You're going to make it happen. So you have to be driven by your why. And when you fill this out and you dig deep into this, there's nothing that can stop you other than you. Other than you. You're the only thing getting in the way of your success. And one of the most important things, we have spouses that are, most of you have spouses that are not in real estate. Okay, so most of you are newer into real estate, and your spouse is always saying, when are you going to have a sale? Because we constantly make a monthly bill. We have a monthly bill, and we got to pay for this and we got to pay for that. And gosh, you're constantly putting money out and you're not bringing money in. I mean, anybody relate to that? Yeah. So why not share with your spouse your big why and why you're going to make this work and how you, and let them be your business partner. Let them be the person that helps encourage you to keep moving forward so they understand why you're doing what you're doing. Okay. Otherwise, it's not going to work. So I'm going to get that to you guys. All right. I'm going to stop sharing for a second, and then I'm going to go into one more thing. I want you to think of your core alliances. And here's what your core alliances are: home inspector, title person, lender, electrician, plumber, your favorite car salesperson. Who refers a ton of people to certain car people? I do. I mean, hey, if you're in Orlando, go see Willie at Greenway Ford. If you're over in, go see Matt Kelly over at John Hall Chevrolet. I have my favorite people in each area. Who do you have for carpet cleaning? Who do you have for flooring? Who do you have for here's a big one, garage doors. Guys, nobody knows who to call when a garage door breaks down. AC guys, tile roof cleaners, all kinds of vendors. You call them alliances. They're not vendor partners, they're alliances. They are your partner. So I want you to think of all these people that you know that you could be referring them business, and you can give every single customer that list. So if they ever have an issue, they can call that one person. Your favorite mover. Go see Mitch at Love's Whole Foods. He's a holistic doctor. And if you have any symptoms of something, go see him. He's fantastic. Anywhere, whether it's, it doesn't matter. Who are your alliances? There's so many people. Your trash guys. Guys, those guys work their darn butt off. Leave them a gift once in a while. Leave them a cooler with some waters in it or something when it's really hot. And then one day when you catch them out there, just say, hey, I'm in the real estate business. If you ever see any for sale by owners, will you take a snapshot of it and text it to me? Hey, if you know anybody looking to buy or sell, would you send it to me? Don't just ask them for something and never give them anything but a dirty trash can. When they pick it up, it's filthy. Just leave them something. I mean, those guys work their butt off, and we don't want that around our house, but we don't think about it. What about your mailman? They could be an alliance for you too. There's so many alliances that we have. We got to keep a good list together. Who's my electric? So right now, if you live in Florida, this is a big deal. If you're working with a buyer or a seller, one of the big things that insurance companies are frowning on, there's two things: roof, number one, and number two, a water heater. A water heater. My insurance bill went up from $1,400 to $2,900 because I got an original water heater. The water heater is cheaper than the rate increase. What do you think I got to do? change the water heater so it goes back down. So who do you know that one can install water heaters at a reasonable price? Because these guys installing water heaters now are charging major money because it's a necessity. They got to get it done. All right. I'm just thinking stairs to the attic. Most homes don't have stairs to the attic. I call Austin and say, hey, Austin, I just sold a home. It's a real big convenience for them to have stairs into their attic. They can't just be putting a ladder there. Here's their name and number. Give them a call. It's something that's important to them. Give it to them as a closing gift if you choose to. It's cheaper than a home warranty, whatever. Who are your alliance partners? And those will give you business every single year. And here's how it works. So Deborah, I refer everyone to you that's looking for home improvements, that are buying or selling homes. So I need a stack of your cards. I'm going to give them to everyone. And then every time that someone calls you, just ask them, hey, how did you hear about me? I'm going to put my name and number on the back of that card. So I'm going to follow up with you monthly just to see how many people have called you and utilized your services. Would that be okay? Yeah. Now, oh my gosh, Valencia and Jane and Angela, they all used you. That's fantastic. Oh man, I'm so happy I was able to help you get some business. By the way, do you know anybody looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? And if you do, who is it? And just be quiet. Just let them tell you. Okay. Alliance partners will bring you big business. Here's another way. You know, alliance partners have business expenses just like we do. Utilize your alliance partners for your open houses, for your marketing, for your mail outs, for your postcards. Don't do it yourself. Don't do it yourself. So those of you in Florida, who here has hired a branding company to do their branding for them? What if you could have someone do it for free? Okay. Hey, Liz, I know that you just hired that new, I know that you just bought that new business. I have a branding company that would love to help you with branding called Celebration Title. They have a branding company that helps people get their branding done, and they're not charging anything. By the way, Liz, they'll help you with your branding for that, and they're not even going to charge you. You know, so what does that do for them? Oh my gosh, that company, that Celebration Title, boy, if you're selling your home, you got to go see them. They're building relationships. They're utilize people as your alliance partners. Now, if I'm in business with a title company and I'm referring them 30 deals a year and they don't refer me anything, am I going to say, hey, I'm going to go use another title company? No, because they're still being a partner for you. They're still helping you with your open houses. They're still helping you with your marketing material. They're helping you with your postcards, your mail outs. If you don't have that partnership, then you go find another one. Okay. There's great partners out there. I know Fred and Tony have a partnership in a title company. If you're down in the South Florida area, reach out to them. They want to be your partner. So find as many alliance partners possible. Okay. And get their business cards. Restaurants. Tim, I have Tim's card. He owns Hooligans. And I always give the business card. Oh, you need a job? Call Tim. Tell him I sent you. Oh, you got to go to this restaurant. you got to go to this restaurant. Tim's the manager. He's amazing. You know, whatever it is, then I have the right to ask Tim for referrals. So your favorite restaurant, you know, maybe your favorite convenience store, maybe your favorite ice cream shop. I don't know. Find alliance partners and then give their card and follow up with them on a regular basis. Hey, did anybody come in and mention my name? You know, I've given your card out to about 30 people. See, that will help you grow your business as well. So alliance partners, that's what it means. Alliance, your core alliance. All right. I'm going to start putting those files into the chat box. And now I didn't look at the chat box and the questions or anything. So I would like for everybody to, if you have an aha question or something you want to share, please go ahead. And then I'm going to start putting all this into the, did I just leave? Oh no, I'm going to put it into the chat box so you guys can download it.
Hey, Tom, can you add on the 7 things top producers do? Can you add number 5?
Yeah, I'm gonna put that right in there for you. What's number 5? Oh, did I not have a 5 in there? Ah,
No.
so it was a little late when I put that whole thing together. I
Hey,
apologize.
hey, number 5 is double check everything you send out. That's what top producers do. Get your wife to check your work.
Hey, you know what? Never mind. She has all my stuff too.
Honestly, Red, you're my hero for the day. I swear.
All right, Red. I don't like you anymore. No. I love Red. I'm going to give you more books to read.
I need them. I'm getting my red pile is getting shorter than my to read pile.
So thank you for that, Red. I will take a look at that and update that. Oh man, I love being called out on stuff. Just so you guys know, I'm
It's
very
all out of love, man. All out of love.
yeah, it sure is. All right, guys. Ahas. Was it 7? Here we go. All right, so I got that in there. And why real estate? Guys, this is a really good one, the why real estate one. Okay. All right, there you go. All right, so I'm gonna look at the chat box real quick. Focus on solutions, not the problem. 100% Claire, we love that. You know, we always, people are very distracted by the problem versus what the solution is, and they don't know exactly how to handle it immediately. Some of the biggest things that we need to learn in real estate is how do we negotiate on resolving something versus engaging into the battle of the problem. Sometimes we just don't understand what the real question is or what they're really asking for. I helped an agent the other day. He's like, well, my buyer wants to now request a brand new roof put on the house. I said, are you in the inspection period? No, we're out. Okay, did you ask for that during the, yes, we did. And they said no, but now he wants it or he wants to cancel. I said, well, fantastic. He can cancel. He may lose his deposit. Is he prepared to do that? You can't, it's the buyer's just asking. He just needs to, you just need to come back and let him know you represent that buyer. You've given him his options. It's not a problem. You just got to focus on the solution. Remember, we talked about that and you said you were moving forward. You knew that you were going to replace it. Oh yeah, not a problem. Okay, I got it. So I made a magnet with 10 other business besides me. Oh, okay, that's great. Cleaning company, HVAC company, flooring company, plumber. Guys, here's a big one. You ever walk into a house and it smells like cat or dog, or certain people like to cook certain foods and it just smells really awkward in there? We have I have a company in the local area called O2 Wizard, and they bring in these big machines and they put them up in there and it neutralizes the air, kills mold, kills everything. That's another great company to have. Air duct cleaning is another one. People that move into a home, they don't want all the dust particles in their vents, you know. Recommend them getting those cleaned out. That's what we're here for. So those are all alliance partners. Thanks, Liz, for that. So what questions, ahas, do you have, and was it a value for you today? I feel real quiet right now, other than number 5. It's a secret.
Hey, Tom. So one of the
Top
things
secret.
that you were talking about, you know, so far as talking with our spouses, I know that when I was making big jumps with my business plan, I did not focus on the amount of transactions or volume. It had to do with what actually results in that, which is my calls. So I made a commitment in writing to my spouse that I would not lay my head down to go to sleep unless I had made 26 calls, because at the time I had a huge database. And so I could not look my husband in the eyes if I had not made my 26 calls. That was my why. My why is looking at my husband to say I got my job done. My job was making my calls and pouring into lives of other people. So instead of I made a listing appointment or, you know, I've got a new buyer in the pipeline, it was the only way that I can get or have the ability or get the privilege to sitting in front of someone to list their home or to help them purchase a home was to make the phone calls. So I just had to break it down to that if I was not making my calls, I didn't do my job. I was slacking.
100% right. Thank you for sharing that. One of the things I learned years and years and years ago, and it still resonates with me today, is you have a goal, right? And most people set a goal on a net income goal or a volume goal, but also remember, put the units goal in there as well, because the units will create the action items that you need to do to achieve that goal, right? So if I have a goal to earn $300,000 and I need to sell, I don't know, 30 homes, 40, say 30 homes, right? Whatever it is, the 30 sounds way better than the 300, because the 300 could be scary, right? 300,000. Then I got to look at it and go, whoa, 10 million of volume. That's a bigger number, right? But then if I go, oh, wait a minute, if I want to earn 300,000, I only need 3 appointments per week, 2.5 to 3 appointments per week. That's even easier, right? But also, if I know that I need to talk to 10 people a day for 50 people a week to get my 2.5 appointments, see, that's where she's quantifying her activities for the goal, right? You got to break it down to the bare minimum. You know, how many calls do I need to make today, every day, to achieve my goal? And have I done it? And if not, who's going to be impacted? Yeah. Thank you, Claire. By the way,
The other thing I
Claire's a
have
great
to
coach,
say
by the way.
too is that I don't make my calls. I get to make calls. I get to pour into people's lives. I get the opportunity. I don't have to. I get to.
See, yeah, you know, gosh, I was just looking at Gene Frederick's little video he did when I first got to meet him actually in person at an event, making real estate fun again. He did this little thing going, we are making real estate fun again, right? So when you do that, have fun making your calls. If you make a call and you sound so serious, guess what? You're done. If you got enthusiasm and good energy, it goes right through the phone, right through the phone. So fantastic. Thanks for sharing that. All right. Anyone else?
I'll jump in. First of all, thank you again. I've missed these calls. I haven't been on the call lately, but crazy enough. But it's the same thing, consistent. You know, putting a game plan in place. Even with people, you know, I've been in business for 17 years. I get off the track. You know, it's like I'm driving drunk. I'm like, oh, swerving here, swerving there. You know. So what you keep on putting in our heads is very crucial, guys. Like that's why I was having a conversation with a couple of new agents this week. I was doing a presentation on one of my projects. As a brand new agent, just looking at me as if I'm a Disney toy, things were coming out of me. And I said, please create these habits. And she's looking at me like, is this guy on something? I'm like, no, we made this mistake. I never had a mentor or somebody, a coach to tell me. We are very fortunate that we have these, but create these habits. You're a young stage. You have no business right now. Create these habits now. So when you have business, you only do better. So really appreciate what you preach every day. And it's the same thing. And it really helps me if it's on my schedule.
You know, I used to meet with my coach when I was selling real estate years ago when I first got in it. Do you know, we had this exact same conversation every darn call. And I'm like, Mike, we're having the same conversation every call. He goes, yeah, for 10,000 times, we're going to do the same thing over and over and over. See, you're not going to master anything until you do it 10,000 times. So I got to get it in your head 10,000 times for you to master it. And we never had 10,000 calls, so I never mastered it. Guys, you may hear the same thing over and over and get a different result every single time because you're hearing it differently. So, and basically, this was the conversation every week. Hey, Tom, what are your wins for the week? Hey, Tom, how many appointments do you go on? Hey, Tom, how many closings do you have? How many contracts you write? That was a conversation every single time. And when that conversation kept coming up every week, I got better. I got better at my accountability. I got better at it. So there's a lot of things that are very redundant, just like Deep said, it's going to be over and over and over. You have to ask yourself every single week the 4 conversations. And here's the 4 conversations with yourself that you should be asking every single week. Number 1 is, how many appointments did I go on? Number 2, how many contracts did I write? Right? See, if you don't write contracts, you don't have anything. And then the 3rd is, how many closings did I go to this week? And the 4th thing is, what's my profit margins for the week or month, right? That's 4 conversations. That's the 4. How many appointments did I go on? Oh, no appointments. Then guess what? I know I didn't write any contracts because I didn't even go on an appointment. I didn't even talk to anyone. So it's very important. All right, anyone else? We got 5 minutes. Very quiet.
I have an aha, Tom.
Who is that?
That it's all repetitive. Man,
Yeah.
it's everything. It all goes down to acting like a child, right? Go back and everything is all repetitive because you're
Repetitive. Oh, I think he froze up on us. You know, go ahead, Abe. Hey, how are you?
Hi, how are you, Tom? So good to meet you.
Yes.
To piggyback off of what John was just saying about acting like a kid. I have a 4.5-year-old, so like it resonated with me when they continue to ask and ask and ask, right? It like makes your head want to explode where you finally give in. However, there is a tactic that I use, and this can totally kind of relate to real estate in a certain way. So, you know, when they continue to ask and you keep saying no, things escalate, right? So one of the things I do before things escalate, I give her a hug. Hey, let's figure out how to like come back together, right? So like if you do have somebody that you're working with that seems like, okay, maybe I'm being a little too persistent and things might not be going the way I want, stop and give that client a hug in maybe not a real one, but you get what I'm saying. Figure out how to stop and slow down and, you know, be patient in between the action and, you know, give a virtual hug somehow.
Angel, that was golden. I want to share, and here's why. You know, we call it the sandwich method, right? Right? Peanut butter and jelly or whatever else. The sandwich method, right? It comes with, here's the issue, here's the love, and let's move forward, right? What you just said there was, see, that hug was saying, I care and I love you. And it makes it so much easier to get to the solution part. And it's so same thing with our customers and potential customers. Hey, listen, I just care about people and helping them get the most amount of money for their homes. And one of the things that breaks my heart is when they think they're actually saving money and they're losing money in the long run, or they're ending up in a massive lawsuit that's going to devastate their family and their finances forever. Allow me that opportunity. You know, whatever it takes, stop, step back, let them know you care. Great job. That was awesome, Angel. Thank you for that.
Our kids teach us more than we know.
They do, don't they? We learn more from them than they learn from us, I think. I don't know. Depends on how old they are, I guess. All right. 2 more minutes. By the way, this is me saying, now, Claire, do you know anybody looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? And I go,
so I love that you did that and you called me out. I love it. So this is the one thing that was going through my head in the matter of silence is we always realize we're uncomfortable when there's silence. However, I want to commend you, Tom, because you're getting us to think internally and we're moving against that negative internal conversation.
Yeah.
If we're not speaking back to you, we are busy taking notes going, dang, he just hit me with a God 2x4 on my head. So kudos to you for allowing the silence, because that's where the growth begins, because it's only 18 inches between our head and our heart. Our head's out to get us and our heart's out to save us. So that's just the way that I feel about it. I like the silence. So thank you. And I appreciate you giving that moment of silence to us so that we could go internal, so that we can contribute external.
Claire.
Amen.
Awesome. Guys, what do you think if we have Claire run one of the next calls? How awesome would that be?
I
Yes.
second
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
Wow.
I second that, Tom.
My hands up for that, Tom.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 2 hands up.
Yes.
Can we get everybody's hands up? Get on here. Everybody get on here right now. Get your hands up. Let's go. Come on, let's get everybody right here. That's right. Lift it up. Lift it up. That's right.
Come on,
That's
Claire.
right.
Come on, Claire.
I got my lighter.
2 hands, 2 feet.
That's right. Thanks.
2 more hands, 2 more feet.
I know I didn't just put her on the spot, because I know she comes from a place of caring and always giving from contribution and sharing, and it's what she loves to do and thrives on. So I'll get with her and we'll organize something with her, and I know it's going to be amazing. So one of the things I asked for as something in return for her, though, is when we organize this call and we put it together, everyone has to be committed to inviting one person to the call, because she's going to deliver so much value. We can't keep it to ourselves. We have to share it. So fair enough?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair
Awesome.
enough.
Fantastic. LaTanya, good to see you on. All right.
Always.
So guys, have an amazing week. It was an honor to be with you this morning. I really appreciate everyone. I love these calls because it brings perspective back to me as well. And I love the fact that we just volunteered Claire's to serve on one of our calls on Friday. Yeah. And you guys get to hear her versus me, and it's fantastic. So we love bringing guests, and she's part of our family here. So, all right. One last.
She won't forget number 5. I guarantee it.
Hey, Tom. No.
Say it was perfect. Go ahead, Daryl.
No BS about Claire pouring in. About a week ago, true story, where she was on a call and I said something to her, and then I was like, I called her to thank her, and that like 1 minute thank you call turned into a return call. An hour conversation. Claire poured into me things that I needed to hear and do, and I wasn't expecting it. And I was waiting for I gotta run, I gotta take this call, I got real estate, and my time is busy. Nothing until the call kind of naturally ended. So, I mean, thanks. Number one, thank you, Claire, publicly, but no BS. She'll just pour into you, you know?
Oh,
so
there is no BS there. I'll tell you right now, and you will hear it.
yeah.
The truth will come out, even whether she's a Bulldogs fan or not. Oh, see, look, I'm going to get beat. Liz is like, uh-oh.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Oh, girlfriend, let me tell you, the whole time we were at the mix and mingle, I razzed Tom about him saying Martin, right? His accent. So he has found a way to razz me, which is telling everybody I'm a Georgia Bulldog fan. If anybody knows me and my family, I'm a huge Bull Gator. And for him to continue to say that, I just continue to enjoy his vernacular, and I continue to just give it right back.
Yep.
Hey, every time you see him, just hold up 5. Just hold it up.
Oh man, the battle of the accents.
I will
Well,
say
here's
this
the thing.
though, coming
Number 5
from a football fanatic, because I am a football fanatic, but not NFL. I'm a college football fanatic, as some of you may know. Okay, my college boys are important. Okay, I do have an affinity for the SEC. Okay, I'm just saying. So you know what? Right now, I'm really loving the fact that Georgia is doing great. And when they beat Alabama and they win the national championship,
Watch
trust
your
me
mouth,
when
watch
I
your
say
mouth.
it'll be okay.
All right. I love what we're creating here.
Alabama. Dog in the house with me, who's probably with you, that we gonna battle this one out. But I do love Kirby, but I'll deal with the win, but I doubt it.
Love it. Was that Deborah or was
That was
that
LaTanya.
Oh, it was LaTanya. Girl. So Liz and I are really good friends. I have to say this. Liz and I are like really good friends, and she has let me know about how it is up north, and it's about NFL. Well, when she came down here into the South, she had to be schooled about college ball. And honey, let me tell you, she took to it like a fish to water, and she understood why we are the way that we are down here about college ball and how passionate we are. And no matter what team you root for, it's all about team until it is game time, till kickoff. We all love each other. We all love our teams, but when that kickoff happens, forget it. That's when the line's in the sand. Go Gators.
That's true.
Unless you're a Patriots fan.
Well.
Go Birds.
Well, enjoy.
And we're in the after party.
On that
Tom,
one- on
you
that
just
note,